Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. Brandon here, eCapita Trading. So we have NFP in just a little over about an hour. So I want to quickly touch on what I think is likely to happen. Now, before I do that, I want to just say that I do not trade news events. So when most traders would be this morning or this afternoon or tonight or whatever time NFP is for you would be actively trying to analyze it so that they can get in. I'm not doing that. I'm actually only analyzing it because it's fun for me to do so. I do not know many, if any at all, traders who actively and consistently profitably trade the news, right? I think I I'm being honest, I don't know, right? I don't like trading the news, even though a lot of the time I can get it right. The reality is that it's so volatile and it can do more or less anything. It makes it very hard for me to even be dynamic and adapt to what's going on because it could literally do anything, even if your analysis says it can do something else. So I don't advise it. I highly advise against it. But again, let's be real, it's still fun to analyze it, right? Even if I'm right, that doesn't bother me. I'll get other trades right. I'll get other analysis right. Right. So let's go. So out the gate, I think that goal is buys. Right. I believe that goal will be buys for NFP, and let me explain why. So right out the gate, the first thing I notice as soon as I open goal, right, is first things first. There's a bull trend actively being created here. Now that in and of itself suggests that there's a bull induction, there's a buyer induction happening. But I want to carry that a step further. I want to carry this a stage deeper. If buyers are being induced, right, it means that in here and here and here and here and here, buyers are interested in buys, right? I'm 100% sure that somewhere, somehow, somebody is seeing this trend line and is probably trying to buy gold, right? And I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it in here in the minds of gold, but so look, we have someone right 6 minutes ago saying buys. Um, this person he doesn't have a trend line. Okay, this person is buying right there. There you go, right? So this person 1 hour ago, um, 26 minutes ago actually is seeing the trend line, right? And is interested in buys, right? Now, everybody so far is bullish. Does that mean I need to not be bullish? No, I don't think so. This is what I'm saying. I don't necessarily go against the masses. A lot of the times, they will have the direction right because direction is pretty easy to see. The problem is you get the timing off or you get the reasoning off, right? And looking at it, I do believe it's buys. I don't think it. I can't build a proper case for sells, right? But my reasoning for why I think it's buys and what I think is going to happen is very, very different, in my opinion, to what everyone else is seeing. So let's go to the monthly time frame to investigate a little deeper. So on the monthly time frame, again, you have these four highs, these three highs up here, sorry, meaning that that right out the gate is a potential target. Why is that a target? Because one here, two here, three here, four here, these areas, these three areas have we know that there are sellers in here, and where their stop losses right above. That only makes sense to me, right? We know that people would have been selling at the absolute high, and the stop losses would have been above the absolute high. Looking at the monthly candle in more detail, the previous monthly candle, which would have been October's candle, would have been a bullish engulfing candle. And the current candle, when it suggests that it is slowing down with the bullish momentum, remember we have 27 days in this month candle to finish, and anything can happen in 27 days. The previous month also had a rejection wick. Now, context is very important. I don't think this is a rejection just yet. Now, if the next candle, which was this current candle, started to push down, then we could say maybe this is rejection, but it's not doing that. In fact, it's still very much bullish for the 3 or 4 days that it's been active, this current candle here. So let's investigate what's going on here on a lower time frame. So you can see here, This would have been the week of the 2nd of October, the second week, the third week, the fourth week, and this is the current week, which is in November. So you have bearish rejection, and then only bullish momentum going into the rest of October, and then we have a bearish rejection again in November. Now this by itself is not giving me a lot of information. When you treat candles like this, you don't have a lot of information because you don't have no context. But when you try to look for context, all of a sudden things start to line up, right? Or as I should say, they should. What about if I were to do this, right? Does that make a little more sense? Does that give you a little additional context? What do we think we have here? Sellers interested, sellers interested, sellers interested, breakout, meaning now breakout traders would have been interested, buyers, and where their stop losses, right below there, right? So this is now a very interesting case for a buy, but we don't necessarily know where it's going to buy from. That's the question. And we know that if breakout traders would have been buying above this zone and stop losses are below the zone, what is the likelihood of the dealer trying to come below the zone to then push price up further? I don't know. Let's keep going. And then when we come to the daily time frame, you realize that it started to stumble a little bit. In fact, I'm now actually noticing something again that I didn't notice before. What if this is a head and shoulders pattern actually starting to be created? Now inducing again sellers. And where are their stop losses? Where are the traders who had stop losses above this shoulder or this shoulder or selling at the neckline? Their stop losses could be right here, selling at the neckline, or right above here, which means that's another potential target. Now, this is the neckline, meaning this is where traders would probably be interested in selling. I don't know. This is something also that I think a lot of people should take into consideration. Let's read to see if anyone sees that. Does anyone see the head and shoulders? All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Nothing. 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 Okay. So everybody so far that I'm seeing here is bullish. Wait. 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 Look. Right. Good. Sell here. Right. I don't know why you'd sell, but that's fine. All right. And yeah, I think that's all right. So cool. So not a lot of people are seeing sells here. That's fine. My question is, what is the likelihood of the market driving below here to give traders this sell to then drive it back up? Meaning, what is the likelihood of something like this and then this happening? What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I don't know. Let's keep going. So on the forward time frame, again, you can definitely see the bull trend happening there. And if the bull trend is happening, we know that traders' stop losses would be below these areas here because traders would have been buying on the bull trend there. We know traders' stop losses would be here because traders would have been buying there. We know traders' stop losses would be here because traders would have been buying there. So I think that there's some merit here. What do you think? Maybe, maybe, right? Let's come down to the 1 hour. And looking at it, let me remove this. This will kind of confuse a few people, right? Looking at the 1 hour, again, the bull trend becomes even more clear and more evident, right? I think it makes sense for the dealer at the very least, to get price to take out these traders here and then buy. In any event, I think it makes sense for the dealer to drive price down and then up. I want it to go up. I believe it's going to go up. I believe it's a bull market. It's enough of a bull market to buy. But I do not see that buy happening without, listen to me, without it trying to capture liquidity during this news event. If it does happen to buy before driving price lower than this, it's because the dealer is actively targeting any traders at this level because he knows that there's liquidity trapped in there. And actually, that actually has some merit as well. Let me take a look at that as well, so that you can understand what I'm seeing. Right here is the last high that the dealer would have tapped without taking out these traders. In fact, this actually makes some sense as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the dealer just does this. I think this actually has some merit. I think this has some value because we know that stop losses of these sellers would be right above here. So it's either of one of these two scenarios. It's either A, which is where it's just going to buy for the news, or B, it's going to come down to some one of these areas, take out these traders, and then buy for the news. But I believe it is buys. The question is, will it be buys before it stops out buyers, or will it be buys just now? That's one of the reasons why I don't like trading the news, because when I think I can get the direction right, even though I think I can get it right, doesn't necessarily mean that I will get it right. And this is a problem. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. That being said, I do believe that this has a higher possibility. So I believe that it's probably going to try to drive price down and then go up. But let me know what you think. Let's see how it goes, guys. Godspeed if you're going to take a trade. I don't advise it, but if you are, practice proper stop loss placement, proper risk management, and see you guys next week.